Today we are in Normal, Illinois, which is where we have our factory. And we've wanted to do an event like this for a while, and this is a really exciting day where we're showing off our 3 show vehicles and just kind of welcome the community in to take a look at them. And for us to express just how excited we are to be a part of the Normal community. I think we got really fortunate to have the factory that we do here. It's a former Mitsubishi factory that had been closed down. Really once in a lifetime opportunity for a company like ours to find this amazing factory. When you look at how Rivian operates, we kind of have 2 feet in the Midwest and 2 feet in California. And I think it's been important to us to locate production close to the traditional knowledge bases of how to make cars. And so I think we were pretty fortunate to find Normal. We have a lot of respect both for the innovation capability of some of the skill sets you find in Northern California, Southern California. We have offices in each, but then also the traditional skill sets in the Detroit area, also in the Midwest here in Normal. So I think it's a hallmark of Rivian to balance those two. I think a lot of just kind of how we operate is a product of who our founder is. RJ is a pretty solid-headed guy, and he kept Rivian in stealth mode for 9 years before we showed off these vehicles at the LA Auto Show in November of 2018. To have that level of discipline in a company, I do think is kind of rare, and I think it flows into everything else we do. There was a misperception that EVs were these kind of low range, typically unattractive, slow, compromised vehicles. And Tesla showed the world, no, EVs can be fast and look great and have long range. But there was still this misperception that EVs were kind of a clean, precious on-road thing that you wouldn't load up, take anywhere, and get dirty. And we think that's wrong. And these electric adventure vehicles that we're developing are out to disprove that untruth. So these are incredibly capable off-road. These vehicles will drive through 3 feet of water. They have an air suspension. You can crank up to 14 inches of ground clearance. It's more than a Range Rover. The bottom of the battery pack is so heavily armored with steel and composite that you could load this truck up with 1,800 pounds in the bed, drop it 3 feet onto a 2-inch by 2-inch peg right on its battery pack, and you're not going to hurt a thing. I mean, we take this off-road capability really seriously. It's ingrained into the identity of the company and the products. But I do think that the long range that we've packaged into these vehicles opens up adventurous territory to EV drivers that have never been open before. And I would also say, keep an eye on how charging stations are popping up. I think there's a real emergence happening. It's changing quite quickly. We get 400 miles of range. Maybe a touch more than 400 when it comes out. That commitment to packaging a very long-range battery pack also just goes back to how seriously we take the brand we're building, the capability that we're promising in these vehicles.